Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So to commence the proceedings, the ceremonial procession will be arriving in the hall, and I would please request you to stand. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great privilege to welcome you this morning for the inauguration ceremony of the second annual academic sessions of the Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine. Established in 2016, the Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine is dedicated to facilitate competence among specialists in internal medicine in continuous medical education, research, and social well-being in order to improve the quality of healthcare provided to Sri Lankan patients. The theme of the academic sessions is broadening horizons and opening new vistas in internal medicine, and emphasizes the role and celebrates the role of the internist in the practice of modern medicine.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the recital of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, next in the agenda this morning is the lighting of the oil lamp. On behalf of the Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine, let me invite the following to come forward for the traditional lighting of the oil lamp. The chief guest, Professor Derek Bell, the President, Professor Senaka Rajapaksha, the President of the Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine, Professor Janaka De Silva, the guest of honor, Dr. Anil Jasingha, the Director General of Health Services, Professor Mohan De Silva, the Chairman of the University Grants Commission, Dr. Audrey Koch, the President of the International Society of Internal Medicine, Professor Qazi Islam, a representative of American College of Physicians, Dr. Panduka Karunanayaka, the President of Ceylon College of Physicians, Dr. Priyankara Jayawardena, the Vice President of Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine, Professor Tilak Weeraratne, the President-elect of Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine, Dr. Vasantha Disanayaka, the past President of Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine, Dr. Shamita Disanayaka and Dr. Chamila Methananda, the Joint Secretaries of the Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine, Dr. Priyamali Jayasekara, the Treasurer of the Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine.
May I also invite Professor Tilak Jayalat. Thank you. To commence the proceedings, may I please request Professor Senaka Rajapaksa, the President of the Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine, to accompany the following dignitaries to the head table. The Honourable Chief Guest, Professor Derek Bell, the President of the Royal College of Physicians, Edinburgh. The Guest of Honour, Professor Janaka De Silva, the Director of the Postgraduate Institute of Medicine, University of Colombo. The President of the International Society of Internal Medicine, Dr. Adri Koch. The Honorary Joint Secretaries of the Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine, Dr. Shamita Disanayaka and Dr. Chamila Methanandan. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I take this opportunity to invite Professor Senaka Rajapaksa, the President of the Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine, to welcome the guests and to deliver the presidential address.
Good morning. Professor Derek Bell, our chief guest, President of the Royal College of Physicians of Edinburgh, Professor Janaka De Silva, a guest of honor, Dr. Adri Koch, President of the International Society of Internal Medicine, other overseas speakers, guests, local and overseas resource persons who will be conducting the sessions, distinguished invitees, friends and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Sri Lankan Society of Internal Medicine, I extend a warm welcome to all of you for participating in these sessions today. This is SIMCON 2018, the second annual academic sessions of the Sri Lankan Society of Internal Medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sri Lankan Society of Internal Medicine, or SLSIM, is a young and dynamic society formed just 2 years ago in the hill country of Kandy. It was formed with the aim of enhancing the role played by general internal medicine specialists in providing high-quality, holistic care to patients across our island nation. I am privileged to address this gathering today at our Apex event. Now, a common question we get asked in Sri Lanka is, we've been listening to this question quite a bit in the past 2 years, and it is, what is this internal medicine? And some people go so far as to ask, is there also a thing called external medicine in that case? And my answer to that is, that's dermatology. But jokes apart, the concept of internal medicine arose from a differentiation of diseases of the internal organs, as opposed to diseases of the skin, which are manifest and well known. And around the latter part of the 19th century, it really originated in Germany and then spread to North America, where people built this concept that there is a thing called internal medicine, and an understanding of the basic sciences, the pathophysiology, the physiology of those conditions would empower the physician to treat, to diagnose, and to treat these maladies of the internal organs. So that was the origin of internal medicine, and the concept spread with people like William Osler to North America, and it is widely used in many parts of the world, except in countries of the Commonwealth, which use the term internal general medicine. And that is why on the GMC, internal medicine is defined as general, within brackets, internal medicine. But in Sri Lanka, this is a new term, and gradually people are coming to realize that there is indeed a specialty known as internal medicine. And I'm proud to say that as a result of the efforts of our society, even the Ministry of Health has now started to define what were formerly known as general physicians as internal medicine physicians. So we've done something over the past 3 years in making our specialty recognized. Now, one of the problems is that over the years, medicine has advanced and people have begun to specialize. We have, therefore, cardiologists who treat the heart, neurologists who treat the brain, nephrologists who treat the kidney, and a wide variety of specialists of different organs, which is a good thing and which has enhanced the quality of care of organ-specific diseases. It has had its negative side. People have lost the overall picture, and there has been a problem where the holistic care of the patient has suffered. And the concept of holistic care has broken down because the specialists often don't talk to each other as often as they should. So that is why the concept of internal medicine is important in Sri Lanka today. Internal medicine specialists of old were holistic in their approach to medical care. They were able to diagnose and treat all maladies of the body and put the diseases and the problems that patients have together and treat the patient as a whole, not just as a patient alone, but as a patient in his society. So this is where we stand today. This pivotal role is what we as internal medicine physicians play in the healthcare system of this country today. In Sinhalese, it is Sarvagnya Roga Visheshaknya Vaidya, a specialist in internal medicine. And in Tamil, my Tamil is bad, but my colleagues have said that this is the Tamil term for it. It is Pothuvaitya Nipunar, which means a specialist, again, who treats the organs of the body. It is this pivotal role that we aim to strengthen through the activities of this society. We see the internal medicine physician, or the internist as he is known in the US, as a team leader who leads a multidisciplinary care team to provide frontline holistic care from the big cities right down to the most distant villages in Sri Lanka. The Sri Lankan Society of Internal Medicine was created to support these team leaders, to help them secure the expertise and the facilities they require to deliver high levels of clinical care. We drive continuous medical education and continuous professional development for our members and for our trainees. And over the past 2 or 3 years, we have run many, many workshops which will be showcased in some of the videos that you will see during the intermissions. Our physicians have led many innovative healthcare projects in the country, using their own initiative to bring in better quality care at the grassroots level. We are forging ahead with establishing links with international societies, professional bodies, and colleges, and it is with that aim that our chief guest and our other distinguished guests from overseas are here today. And we hope that we will meet and take this forward. There is a breakfast meeting with the ACP, the ISIM, the Royal College of Physicians of Edinburgh, and our own society tomorrow morning, where we hope to forge and strengthen these links. The world has changed, and delivering knowledge is easier. You have the internet, you have mobile phones, and it's easy to deliver knowledge. But it is difficult to deliver wisdom. This is where guidance, training, mentorship is important, together with self-reflection, to learn from our mistakes, to strive to improve our knowledge and practice, and to learn from our mentors, to make our clinical care better. So one of our aims is to build on the strengths that we have to make a better tomorrow. We live in times where values have changed, where the integrity of doctors and our reputation as a noble profession stands challenged, often unfairly, but sometimes for valid reasons. As a society, we consider it our duty to uphold the highest values and standards of the profession, to provide guidance and governance to our colleagues by inculcating professionalism and humanistic values towards caring for our patients. In line with our theme, Broadening Horizons, Opening New Vistas, SimCon 2018 provides a series of plenaries and symposia focusing on topics of relevance to the practicing clinician. Our aim is to empower those practicing internal medicine with the specialist knowledge they require while bringing in a framework of clinical governance and standard setting. Our pre-congress yesterday was very successful, and we focused on training our trainees, those who are preparing for postgraduate specialist exams and those who are preparing to go overseas for their mandatory training in internal medicine. We also focused on research to empower people to do better research, and also we focused on a much neglected area, which is the management of critically ill patients through a series of workshops which were held very successfully yesterday. We can look forward to an exciting program over the next 2 days, and I hope you will enjoy all that we have to offer. SimCon 2018 is the result of a concerted team effort. This conference would have been impossible without the immense support from everyone involved. Our council membership, officers of the ministry, officials from the Ministry of Health and the universities, our resource persons, our chairpersons, organizers, support staff, sponsors, and numerous others who helped make this a success. The SLICIM wouldn't be in existence if not for the drive and energy of the founding team from the hills of Sri Lanka. In particular, Dr. Vasantha Disanayake, our founder president, and Dr. Tilak Jayalath, who was a driving force behind the society, and the two former secretaries, Dr. Suranga Manilgama and Dr. Madhuwanti Hettiarachchi. I must also mention the enormous support and leadership given by our core team. The council as a whole has given us immense support, and the two secretaries, we have two dynamic young secretaries, Dr. Shamita Disanayake and Dr. Chamila Mettananda, who drove the whole program right from the start. They have a bright future ahead of them. And so does Dr. Priyamali Jayasekara, who managed our finances and looked after and provided the money for the running of these sessions. So I must thank them again, because without the three of them, this would have not been possible. We are proud of what we have achieved as a society so far. My wish for our society and our profession as a whole is that we are blessed with the divine discontent, striving to do better today, tomorrow, and always, learning from our mistakes, going from strength to strength. In keeping with our theme, let us broaden our horizons, open new vistas, and make our noble profession proud. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Professor Senaka Rajapaksa, the President of the Sri Lanka Society of Internal Medicine, to introduce the chief guest for this occasion, Professor Derek Bell, the President of the Royal College of Physicians, Edinburgh, to this esteemed audience.
Thank you, Praveen. Professor Bell needs little introduction to most of us. Professor Derek Bell has been the president of the Royal College of Physicians of Edinburgh for the past 3 years, and he's been elected for a second term. He is an acute physician who has been building up the international frontier of the college over the past few years, and we have worked together to develop links between the Sri Lankan physicians and now the Sri Lankan Society of Internal Medicine and the Royal College of Physicians of Edinburgh. I think Professor Bell is very keen that more and more of our members should become fellows of the college, and we should forge links with the Edinburgh College. I would like to invite Professor Bell to deliver the speech of the chief guest.
Ayubowan, Wanakam, good morning. President, immediate past presidents, distinguished guests, colleagues, and I would now say friends. Particularly on behalf of the overseas guests, I would like to congratulate you on the initiative and the hard work that has been undertaken, not just over the last 3 years, because forming a new society takes a lot longer than just 3 years. In my speech later, I will allude to some of the things which I think are important in relation to internal medicine, and I would again congratulate you on using the term internal medicine and not slipping and using the term general, because that's often contributed to some of the problems in relation to equity between clinicians and physicians. And I think it is unfortunate when people who are practicing what is considered general medicine, certainly in the UK, are considered differently, perhaps, from their specialty colleagues, because delivering high-quality care to patients requires all of us to work together across specialties to provide the optimum decisions and the optimum care for patients. So initiatives like this are, I think, exceedingly important. Initiatives like this, where we actually bring together societies and colleges from all over the world, are also extremely important, because medicine is global and the challenges that we currently face in medicine are global. And again, as you just heard, sometimes the medical profession is wrongly criticised, sometimes it's appropriately criticised. But actually, if we speak together about the voices, with one voice about the major issues that we face, which are around workforce, training, the increasing burden of communicable disease as well as non-communicable disease, then we can actually make a difference. And so we need the medical voice to be loud, and I think this society is certainly contributing to that. So congratulations from me on this initiative, and I look forward to the next 2 days. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Derek Bell. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite Professor Senaka Rajapaksha, the President of the Sri Lankan Society of Internal Medicine, to introduce the guest of honor, Professor Janaka De Silva, the Director of Postgraduate Institute of Medicine, to this distinguished audience.
Thank you. Again, Professor Janaka De Silva needs no introduction. He is well known to all of you. He is the Senior Professor and Chair at the Department of Medicine of the University of Kelaniya, and he is now the Director of the Postgraduate Institute of Medicine. He is a renowned researcher, a renowned clinician, and one of the leading physicians of the country today, Professor Janaka. He is also a close friend and mentor, and it is a privilege to have him here today.
Thank you, Senaka. President and Council of the Society, our chief guest, Professor Bell, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be here, Senaka, and to speak to your society briefly this morning. And the pressure is that much greater when, as Senaka said, a very close friend of mine is at the helm of this society. I'll be brief, but I must say that I'm delighted to be part of this conference, which refreshingly focuses on providing education, training, and continuous professional development to internal medicine physicians and trainees in Sri Lanka. When I looked through the program, I was very pleased to note that the focus is on strengthening the basics through a range of clinically relevant and timely topics. And in addition, the pre-Congress workshops have, I think, provided a great opportunity for internal medicine trainees to improve their performance at examinations, in the conduct of their research, and their overseas training, which are close to my heart as the director of the PGIM. And I think it is very important to mentor our juniors because they are the future of medicine in this country. And we will do well to remember that. As Seneka said, the medical profession should always try to improve the quality of care given to our patients. And as we progress as a country, the bar on the minimum standard of care should be moved ever higher. And better care, as we know, for patients, as we know, goes hand in hand with better education and training of doctors and encouraging them to practice evidence-based medicine. And although Seneka alluded to the fact that knowledge is very easy to get, the culture of evidence-based medicine, I don't think, is pervasive enough among our physicians. And I think meetings like this should try to rectify this error. The PGIM consistently strives to improve the quality of specialists it produces. And that this is being achieved gradually is reflected by several of our MDs or doctorates, including the MD in medicine, being recognized internationally by, for example, the General Medical Council of the UK. And to continue to improve, the PGIM requires the support of medical professional bodies like yours, both in education and also politically. And the PGIM looks forward to a very long and fruitful relationship with your society. The country now grapples with a problem of the perceived saturation of general physicians. And the recent cadre projections done by the ministry have requested me as the director to reduce the number of general medical specialists being trained and to increase the number of specialists in the subspecialties like cardiology, pulmonology, and so on. I am in a bit of a spot because the Ministry of Health is our biggest client. And if the PGIM were to say no to what they request, they would simply not release trainees for our training programs because all trainees are released on full pay leave from the ministry. So it is up to societies like this to interact with the ministry and help the PGIM to increase the number of generalists or internal medicine specialists. I am an internal medicine specialist, though I practice gastroenterology by training. I am board certified as a general physician and proud of it. And I think this society should intervene. That's why I said it's so important that you support the PGIM politically, should intervene with the ministry to make sure that the training of general internal medicine specialists continues in this country. So let me end by congratulating the President and Council for organizing these academic sessions. I wish you a productive meeting. I'll be talking later on a topic about the liver. That doesn't mean that I'm a specialist gastroenterologist. I'm talking about the liver. So Seneka, thank you for honoring me with this invitation, and I wish the society well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would like now kindly request Dr. Chabila Mettananda, the Honorary Secretary of the Sri Lankan Society of Internal Medicine, to propose the vote of thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of President and the Council of Sri Lankan Society of Internal Medicine, it is with great pleasure that I propose the vote of thanks at the second annual academic sessions of the Sri Lankan Society of Internal Medicine, SIMCON 2018. First and foremostly, I wish to thank our chief guest, Professor Derek Bell, and the guest of honor, Professor Janaka De Silva, for gracing this occasion and delivering inspiring talks. I wish to thank Dr. Edric Koch, President, the International Society of Internal Medicine, and Professor Qazi Islam, immediate past governor of Bangladeshi chapter of American College of Physicians, for accepting our invitation to be with us representing their prestigious colleges in internal medicine. I wish to thank all the international and local resource persons for their scholarly presentations and sharing their expertise with us. The success and the grandeur of this occasion is also due to the unstinted support we received from numerous organizations and individuals, namely the Ministry of Health of Sri Lanka and our generous sponsors, the event organizers, the management of Cinnamon Grand Hotel, and our secretarial staff. We are in debt to you. A very special thank you goes to all the members of the Sri Lankan Society of Internal Medicine Council who supported us whenever any assistance was asked for. It has been both a pleasure and an honor to have you all here today, the distinguished members of the audience sharing with us this momentous occasion with all its splendor. Thank you all. I wish you all have an enjoyable conference. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the proceedings of the inauguration ceremony of the second annual scientific sessions. May I request the audience to rise for the procession to leave the hall?